Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Firefly Tarot. So today we're going to be doing the final part of the little mini series, the topic, are you on the right path? So this is going to be, are you on the right path for love? So this is going to be regardless of your situation, if you're in a relationship or not. Just going to be getting some energies for the entire path itself, advice. And obviously this is I feel like it's a very confusing topic at times for a lot of people. So as always, just really follow your intuition, and just, kind of take this as some added clarity, hopefully. Okay, so we're going to look at the four groups here. Group number one is the carnelian. This is not exactly heart-shaped, but close enough. Carnelian is group one. Group number two is lepidolite. Group number three is rose quartz. And group number four is angelite. So just take as much time as you need. You can pause if you need to. And whenever you are ready, I will see you at your reading. Hey guys, this is the reading for those of you that chose group number one, which is the carnelian. Okay, so let's take a look into your energy. Spirit, this is for group number one, please. And are they on the right path in love? Just anything regarding love that they need to know, please. Okay, so Spirit for group one, please. Carnelian, are they on the right path when it comes to love? Okay, so as I was mentioning in the intro, this is regardless of your situation, so let me try to make it resonate, depending. So we have here the Five of Pentacles, we have the Page of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, wow, okay, and then the Four of Pentacles. So immediately here with the Five of Pentacles, yes, it does to me look like there is some kind of feeling of, I was going to say the word deprivation, because that's actually the word that I heard in my head. It also could be any kind of a struggle. So if this is concerning love, again, regardless if you're in a relationship or not, there could be some feeling of lacking. And I think that this energy that you're missing, it could be something like passion or playfulness or intimacy or something like that. And it's very important to you guys in group one, especially because you chose the carnelian crystal, which is a crystal that is helpful for passion and just like that type of spark energy, physically speaking. So we have the Ace of Pentacles here and Four of Pentacles. So pretty much what I'm seeing here is I feel like there's a big want to bring in a lot of prosperity and new energy for your love life and for your physical self as well. With the Four of Pentacles here, this to me, it does feel like that sense of stuckness, but that motivation or that desire is there. So if you are currently in a relationship, maybe you want to kind of just like, switch things up and do different things and bring back some sort of flame, that type of thing. And if you're not in a relationship, then obviously, this is kind of steering towards wanting something new and wanting to bring in that path for yourself. Can you tell us what energies are there for, are they on the right path when it comes to love? So in a sense of being authentic to yourself, I do think that yes, regardless of your situation, I do think that you guys are on the right path because you're paying attention to what your soul needs and just what you need as a person, or you're not ignoring that. I do understand obviously here the feeling of being stuck, because I feel like that's kind of just natural for anybody. If they're feeling that sense of lack, it tends, we get caught up in negative thoughts. But like I said, I do see at least this, forward motion, this forward trajectory on your path, which I think is you following your path. So I do think you are on the right path. So let's just get some information here. Spirit, what else can we know for group number one? Are they on the right path when it comes to love? But the question is, I suppose, if you guys are in a connection, This is where it's going to really differ here and split the reading, because maybe some of you over here with this Five of Pentacles, I don't know if you have made a decision um, if you're in the right situation. Like, so you know what you want and you know what you need, but over here I feel like this is where perhaps some of you might need to make that decision. So let's keep looking. So yeah, we have here the Five of Wands. In terms of listening to your actual soul, you are on the right path. But again, over here, this is the only place that this is going to differ. If it is the case where you feel that the struggle or lack or whatever word, deprivation, whatever it is, or conflict, if you feel that is just something that is unable to be changed, what I actually see here is for that number of you guys, I do feel like you are going to bring in change. So again, either way, I am seeing that you're listening to yourself, and to me that means that you're on the right path. So this is not necessarily saying like, oh yeah, are you in the right relationship? Honestly, that's a different kind of pick a card. But I do think that you're following yourself and your intuition as well. What do they need to know? Are they on the right path for love? Group 1. Yeah, so here's the Two of Pentacles again. I was mentioning making that decision. We have here on the bottom, I noticed for sure, this could be a completely new beginning for you guys when it comes to your person, just like that sense of support and companionship. And this is a really strong energy. This is a very deep soul connection. So I think that the way to answer this as well is that what you're feeling? Like, do you feel like this is a genuine, real soul connection? If it isn't, then obviously I feel like you're going to lean more towards perhaps I have to move in a different path here. But if you do feel like it is a deep soul connection, then I actually think that what I'm seeing here is some levels of improvement or trying, different things. So yeah, here is the decision making. Over here with the Judgment card, I do feel that a big part of what's needed now is to seek the answers and clarity. And this is something that could even happen to be an ongoing process. So if you guys have already asked the question, like, what's going on? Where do I go from here, type of a thing, they're telling me that basically you're gonna have to continue asking that, because if you didn't receive an answer by now, that was for a very good reason. Either things were still developing and aligning. I also think that part of you was still growing, and they're showing you basically receiving information, right? And I think that this is you receiving some information or energy about yourself and your soul. So that's why this has been an ongoing process. Like, this is a developing process. Okay. Spirit, what else do they need to know, please? For group number 1. Yeah, so this is a card of your happiness, the Nine of Cups. You can even see from the cards themselves, I do this intuitively. You can see clearly that the cards are kind of jumbled and they're like really not aligned. They're not straight. They're just kind of out of whack a little bit. So again, this is telling us, I think, that things are still developing and things are still taking shape. They're still trying to make sense. I think for you guys, for some reason, your love lives might have been something that you received clarity on later and maybe even last. So in other words, you might have received clarity in other areas of your life sooner, and for some reason your love life had to come last for a lot of different reasons. Again, I just think it has to do with your developing and evolving. So coming back to the Nine of Cups, I think that this is talking about your happiness, your fulfillment. This energy I'm feeling here with the Nine of Cups is sort of like, consciously and in all other levels, what is going to make you feel fulfilled and happy. And there's no question about that. So that, I think, is one part of the clarity that you're going to need. So if you can get to that space within just yourself, your inner center, and you're thinking, yes, I feel good about this, I feel right about this, that is the answer that will that's basically the only answer that's going to satisfy your soul, is that you need to have that sense of completion and fulfillment when it comes to your love life. And if on some other level, whether it's conscious or not, you're not certain of that, then again, that's part of the answer here. And that's also part of why some of you're still developing in that process. So this is going to take some patience for some of you. I think others of you are very much aware of what it is that you need and to feel that fulfillment. Can you tell us anything else? Are they on the right path with love? Anything about their current situation or the future? So again, I am seeing this notion of time and some sort, I don't want to call it exactly a battle, but there is definitely something here that is still being figured out. So over here with the Six of Wands, what I'm feeling is exactly the same energy as before from the very, very beginning. I think that you know what you want, you know what you have to do, and if you're not entirely sure yet, you will be very soon. I will leave in the description the links for what does your soul want to tell you, what does your soul need to be happy. That might be helpful, because here that's what you're listening to. You're actually listening to your whole entire soul versus just your brain or even your heart, actually. And over here with the Nine of Wands, they are saying that you might have to do something difficult, but that doesn't mean, for some of you, that might mean you might have to walk away from a situation or a person. That's true. But for others of you, I still think that part of that thing that's difficult has to do with effort and has to do with compromise, because again, that depends on your choice and your actual situation itself. There's still something to be worked out here, is what they said. But just know that in the end, and this is even in the close future, you are going to figure it out. You are going to have this type of success with this part of your path. And it's really almost like non-negotiable. I feel like there's no way that this can be misaligned for you guys. You just won't take that. You won't settle for that, is kind of what I'm feeling. It's too important to you, and in your balance and your happiness and your fulfillment, and so that's what I'm seeing here. Okay, so like that's pretty much the bottom line advice, is just follow your soul. And if you're not sure of your current situation, if you are in a situation and you're not certain of it, it is going to take just a little bit more time, a little bit more seeking. But I do think that, honestly, most of you are sure of what to do. It's just a matter of kind of following through with that. Is there any other advice, messages, or guidance that group number 1 needs to hear? Okay, so it's the same thing. So I can see here that it's almost like they said what they wanted to say. So here we have the Queen of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, and the Sun. They said over here the Queen of Pentacles is a card of physical, right? Like, again, like the body, which is what we saw initially. And then with the Seven of Swords, it's almost like they're saying, do not lie to yourself. Try not to be trapped in any kind of illusions when it comes to your physical self. So for you guys, it's not just the physical body and all that stuff. I feel like it's the holistic type of thing. Maybe your love language has a lot to do with like physical affection and intimacy, like I said. But I just think that it's more than the physical. It's again talking about the overall happiness in your life and what this companion, this other person, provides to you and your heart and soul. So yeah, they're just indicating the same thing. This is about your happiness. These two cards are pretty much double confirmation there that your happiness and this bright fiery energy, as you can see, is of most importance to you on your path. So can we have any final word, please? Thank you. Group 1, final message. Thank you. Yeah, so it's the same. I mean, I think that your guides and your subconscious, or like, whoever's here, is really making themselves clear. They're saying that this is still going to take some time to finish in that developing chapter, but they are confirming that you will have your wish. You will be fulfilled one way or another. Yes, again, yeah, that would require, I would say, making a decision or taking some action, but I really feel that if you just continue on this path of following your soul, that you will find this sense of fulfillment. And you can see the star card. It's pretty much the same confirmation as the Nine of Cups and even the Sun. This is talking about hope and faith and your wishes. Ten of Pentacles is complete fulfillment, because I feel like it's the whole picture, and it's just that sense of security as well. Like you can see just the prosperity and fortune on this card. Okay. There's also something here having to do with family and even maybe security financially as well, if that is, you know, important to you guys. Yeah, so that's what I'm seeing. So yeah, I'll try to link a couple of relevant readings below, but that's what I'm seeing for you guys, and I really hope that this was helpful. I think that's every message that I can figure. So thank you guys so much. If this was helpful, feel free to subscribe, and if you'd like a personal reading, the info is below. I'm actually going to be doing a fall sale, an autumn sale, like in a couple of days. If you want to stick around for that, I will post in the you know, the text announcement thing. Okay, so thank you and blessings, and I will see you next time. Okay, take care. Bye. Hey guys, this is the reading for those of you that chose group number 2, which is the lepidolite. Spirit, this reading is for group number 2, please and thank you. Are they on the right path when it comes to love? So again, we're just going to get some clarity regardless of your actual situation right now. Let's just see what messages we can get. Spirit, for group number 2, lepidolite. Are they on the right path when it comes to love? What energies do we need to know here? Thank you, thank you. Group 2, lepidolite. So I definitely feel like there's mystery for you guys, meaning, you know, there could be some uncertainty. There could be, so because a lot of people are watching, I feel like let me pull the messages for everybody here. If you happen to be just starting out with somebody and you, for example, you just met this person and you don't really know what's going on, I feel like there's still going to be a lot of time needed for certain development, but I mean, it looks to me like there's a very strong connection here that you are dealing with. Now, for the rest of you, I still think that there is a little bit of deciding to do. I think your soul really understands and knows that there is this person out there, and I am feeling a present sense of union for you, which is really like, it's actually very comforting. I can actually feel your, like, the union energy itself. So it's like two magnets coming together. So whatever label you want to use, it could be soulmate, it could be twin flame, it could be, you know, whatever. I don't really like to label things too much, but I do feel your person and you coming together like magnets. But I think that with the moon card leading here, and it's interesting because you can see, I feel like this is representing the both of you, as is this one. I just think that even though it does look like it's a little bit close to alignment and union and balance, I just think that there's something that's a little bit off for now. And, you know, that happened. Sorry, I was getting a phone call. So I do think that there's something a little bit off about this scale. I did see something just a slightly off balance. So this could be any number of things for you guys. I mean, if it's the case that you're talking to someone or with someone, it could be situational, you know? And sometimes situational stuff, as you guys probably know, is very reflective of the soul's journey, meaning if our souls are not ready to have that union, then our outer worlds usually do somehow reflect that. It's crazy, but it does happen all the time. Yeah, so the bottom line here is for all of you, I am feeling a strong connection, whether you're with them or not physically. It's still here. What's going on with these distractions? You got the phone call and then that really loud plane. But okay. So I'm just trying to tap in for a second to the present energy. Again, it's making me feel like I don't know if this is what you have already felt with whoever this is, even if it was just like in a dream or in the real world. But I was feeling a sense of giddiness, like really, really excited energy, just like happy to be around this person, like the butterflies kind of a feeling. This is such a powerful soul connection. So if you guys, like, if you're in the group where, you know, like maybe you haven't met this person yet, but you just know on some level that they're out there. I can see why, because just the feeling alone, it's just like two puzzle pieces coming together. And Again, regardless of your actual three-dimensional situation, it just feels right. That's all I can tell you. It feels right. So I think that in terms of answering, are you on the right path? I would say, and this is pretty much similar to group number one, I just feel like you guys have to continue to follow this. For you, I'm feeling the phrase more follow your heart, because in group one, it's almost like they were following their soul. But for you guys, this is a very, very strong heart-centered connection, you know, like just directly within the heart chakra. Okay. And it's almost like it's so romantic. It's just like ridiculously romantic because I'm trying to move on. I'm trying to get away from these three cards. And I honestly feel like either you or your person, this mysterious connection, it keeps pulling me back in, saying like, no, 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 keep talking, keep spending time with this energy. It's like you cannot get away from this person. Okay, so what do we need to know for group number two? Are they on the right path with love? Thank you. And it's so funny that I got I mean, yes, I get a lot of spam calls, and that could be coincidence, but I thought it was funny because it's like your person couldn't wait to call you. Like, I don't know. Have any of you been getting some weird signs? I've been, two different people told me that yesterday and maybe even today was like some crazy intense energy, and my crazy intense energy did already pass, thankfully. Thank God. I don't know if it was like Mercury shadow or something like that. But I have been receiving some weird synchronicities myself. So I don't know if you guys have. I wouldn't be surprised. So for group number two, what do they need to know for, are they on the right path for love? Okay, so we have the King of Pentacles. Okay, what about the King of Pentacles? Are they on the right path, please, for love? So I am definitely seeing that there is silence for a lot of you, but that doesn't always mean a bad thing. I mean silence in a way of there is some kind of distance in some shape or form. Again, it really obviously depends on your sequence in the situation. For example, if you have met or not, I really feel that for a lot of you, dreams are going to be relevant, like meeting someone from afar in the realm of the unconscious, you know, astral projection, stuff like that. That has happened to me. And so we have here the Death card. Yeah. So again, we're seeing that there is some kind of a cycle that is not quite set. So it's not even like you have to wait necessarily, because honestly, I don't feel that this is an energy of waiting, but obviously in 3D terms, that's what it looks like. But here, it's just a matter of allowing something to come into fruition and to bloom, to open and blossom like fully, right? So again, obviously it sounds like waiting, but the soul is already so complete here, at least in a sense of love. I'm not talking about the self. I'm just talking about when it comes to the energy of love. Can you tell us a little bit more? Are they on the right path for love? Okay, so this is a little bit of a different message. It's interesting. So we have the Queen of Cups, someone who's really extremely psychic and following their intuition. Then we have here the Ace of Swords. I feel like this is a call for clarity. The Hanged Man, it gives me the feeling of either surrender or limbo. So again, all they're really doing there is they're showing us some things that are sorting themselves out. I still think that some sort of communication is already happening with you and your person. So it does look like, in a general sense, I do feel like someone here is still kind of asleep, unawakened in some way, or they have not realized something. So that could be you or whoever it is that you're dealing with. I do think that both sides are still kind of in development, but it kind of feels like to me like it's the unevenness that I was sensing before. I do think it's because one person is a little bit more awakened than the other. Okay. Anything else that they need to know? So yeah, they did give us that waiting card here, having that patience with the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Five of Cups, the Page of Pentacles. So going back to the obvious question and the topic, I really feel like you guys completely know the answer already. I do think that, oh my goodness, like this is hard to, it's kind of hard to report this because it's very clear to me that there is this puzzle piece out there that fits you, and it's just such a beautiful energy. But obviously, you know, in real life terms, it's not always going to fit, and that is, you know, it's sad. But I feel like if we follow our soul's path, we will still have that sense of fulfillment somehow. You know, it's not even for us to figure out how. It's more like just continue on the path. Do what you can, like try to do what's right and just try to follow your guidance, and then somehow at the end everything falls into place. And that is very much true for many things. I think that again, you guys have this awareness of that magnet. You have the awareness, and I do think that I just think that you're going to follow that, okay? So in terms of if you're on the right or wrong path, that's the answer. Like, are you going to follow what you know in your heart to be true? Or, you know, are you going to veer off of that? I just feel like it'll be really hard to try to take a different direction. I mean, you can always, like if this, for example, if you know who I'm talking about and you're like, it's just not going to work, you know, of course that's up to you. But what I do recommend is just to continue to manifest that sense of, balance with this other person, because here it does show that there's a feeling of regret, sadness, or loss or something like that, but I still feel like there's a sense of hope. So I feel like no matter what, if you are hopeful, then absolutely you are on the right path. I'm not seeing anything in your cards to suggest that you're on the wrong path, in a sense of like, oh, you know, like they're giving you warnings, like turn the other way, turn the other way. That's not what I'm seeing. What I am seeing though is a person that is a little bit indecisive because of either circumstances or just there's certain things that are still being revealed to you. So that's the best I can tell you. Any other final messages for group number 2? Are they on the right path when it comes to love? Okay. Yeah, I am getting the same message again, actually. So, yeah. So remember I said to you before that it looks like someone is still kind of not awake. I do feel, yeah, I think that they're confirming this message over here. Someone here is tied up and literally has a blindfold. They don't really have the information yet, but that is going to change. You can see here a bright new beginning. Now this is tricky in timing because I am getting all kinds of different readings here for timing. I think that everyone, you will intuitively know when something is getting closer. You can just feel it in your soul. You can feel it in your intuition. But this is really going to look different for everyone. But you can see that this is dual confirmation that there's a new beginning, something really, really prosperous. So what I'm seeing here is that when the time is right, and they have to really emphasize that, only when the time is right, you will receive that gift, which is exactly the feeling that you wanted. I don't know if it's exactly the same person as maybe you were thinking of, but you are going to receive that feeling of, you know, that balance and that sense of completion and fulfillment when it comes to love. Not just like, not within your own soul, because that's a different thing. That's something we can do. But this is specifically talking about matters of the heart and love. So I feel you'll get that. Yeah, so this is what I'm seeing for now. I'll link some related videos below, like what is your soul trying to tell you, in the description, you know, stuff that I feel like might be helpful for this topic. But yeah, just as always, follow your intuition. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that this was helpful. If it was, feel free to subscribe. And I do personal readings. I'm actually going to open up a fall sale in a couple days, so you can watch out for that in the community posts, you know, like where the text posts. So thank you once again, sending you blessings, and I will see you next time. Okay, take care. Bye-bye. Hey guys, this is the reading for those of you that chose group number 3, which is the rose quartz. Spirit, this reading is for group number 3. Are they on the right path? when it comes to love. Thank you, thank you. Okay, Spirit, for group number 3, can you please give us some messages? Our rose quartz group, are they on the right path when it comes to love? Thank you. Okay. So again, this is regardless of your situation. We'll try to get energies for everybody. So immediately over here with the Page of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles, I felt such a beautiful energy. And I would like to say, yes, you are on the right path when it comes to love. And we'll get into the specifics of this. And then we have here the Queen of Swords and the Eight of Swords. So although you can see that there is someone here that is tied up and can't really see clearly, you know, someone who's just, I guess, like stuck, we do have the clarity and the, I guess, the freedom over here right next to it with the Queen of Swords. So I'm not sure if maybe there was a lot of doubt or there was a lot of stuckness in your situation or something like that, but it's cleared, or it will be cleared in the very near future because it's right here. Okay, so with the Page of Cups, I immediately felt this kind of light, fluffy feeling. Maybe it's like a very romantic feeling, playful, loving, compassionate. It was a very warm feeling. And then the same thing is with the Ace of Pentacles. This is just showing a lot of fortune, prosperity, an overall bright and joyous feeling. So again, regardless of if you're with somebody currently or not, I think that this is showing how strong of a presence that you have in your heart space, and how much clarity you have with regard to your love life and your situation. I think that it would surprise me if some of you were in a situation that you just flat out knew was not right for you and you were staying there, or still wanting to stay there. I feel like that's probably, if it is true for some of you, I feel like it's a very few very small number of you. I think that for the rest of you, it just seems to me that there's such a purity within your heart, and just like within this part of your presence of your life, that I feel like there's how can I explain this? It just feels so pure that there's no room for any kind of illusions or any kind of even compromises or settling when it comes to true love for you. So I think that there's a strength in that. Even though the Page of Cups, it kind of hit me as just like this warm, fuzzy, kind of almost like harmless and innocent energy, because it's the page, it's a child card, essentially. I felt that there was this intense maturity and power behind it. This is almost like your inner child, in fact, is kind of leading the way, or some part of your heart space is leading the way. And it's incredibly strong, and no one can really convince you otherwise. You know everything that you need to know, and you're going after it, and you're taking action in any kind of way. It's very courageous. So for that reason, I feel like, yes, you are on the right path. Now, again, if there are some of you that feel like you're not in the right situation, I think that pretty much it seems like you're going to correct that if you feel like it's not right for you. But for the rest of you, I feel like there's this certainty and strength. The strength about your decision, at least. Let's see. Group number 3, Rose Quartz. What do we need to know? Are they on the right path when it comes to love? Yeah, so we have the Page of Wands, another page here, the Ace of Wands, the Page of Swords. That's really strange that you got 3 in a row, and then the Two of Cups. So yeah, I mean, this is a flat out yes. Really, really strong yes that you are on the right path. You are concerned with having this beautiful, loving, and right connection. Like it's right for you, it fits. And over here with the Ace of Wands, you can see the fire, the passion, the Again, the strength of the souls coming together. The fact that there are 3 pages here in one spread, and like pretty close to one another, I do think that again this is talking about the inner child, and maybe it does have to do with like actually having children for some of you. I don't, maybe some of you that's an important part of love, could be. But I just think that here it's really again speaking of the heart itself and following that sort of inner child voice. And our inner child, I think that for many of us, our inner child is the voice of truth, because that's the truth and the authenticity that we started with. And then as we get older, it kind of is a different story. But I think that that's what you're following. And not to mention here that it's this passionate, playful, fun kind of existence with this other person. It's like you're sharing that game of life with them. It's like one big game, in a good way. Like, just really having that playful attitude of sharing this companionship. It's a best friend. That's really what I'm seeing here. And again, if this doesn't fit with like again your current situation, I really feel like that is not going to be a permanent thing. I feel like it's just so right. Like there's no question in my mind. I feel like this is really a beautiful thing. And again, if you want to have that, you just have to let this come through in your life. If I feel like if it's the case that you're not experiencing this in the present, it's either because it's not quite ready yet and divine timing is not quite aligned yet, or there could be some kind of a blockage. Let me try to, I'll try to link below some readings regarding blockages, because you might find that it resonates there, and therefore you might have to do a little bit of clearing or healing, which the video I think does talk about, the pick a card. So yeah, this is really your best friend, like whoever this is, whether you know them or not. Currently, this Two of Cups, you guys are an amazing connection together, just such a beautiful presence with one another. I feel like a sense of banter. Like, I don't know, it's kind of like humorous banter. It's making me actually, I can feel the sense of humor here from I think both of you guys. And it's just like this perpetual game. And that feeling of not taking life too seriously when it doesn't need to be serious. So it's just like let's have these moments. Some of you, it's like a lot of adventure as well. And if you're currently not experiencing adventure, then I feel like that would definitely make a huge difference. It's just to do fun new things together, go new places. Can we have any more information for group number 3, rose quartz? Are they on the right path when it comes to love? Temperance, yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. You can see the similarity with these two angels, or the winged creature here. It's just this sense of peace, tranquility, bonding, reconciliation. Even if perhaps there is some type of disagreement or argument, I feel like that bond is so strong, and that compassion is so strong that you guys come back together no matter what. There's an abundance, an overflowing of love and compassion here, as you can see from the cups. It's just sort of what I felt there. It's nice because it's very compassionate and loving, but there's also a lot of fire. And again, some of you might not necessarily align with that always, but I think it's still there. Like on some level, let's just say for argument's sake that you are with someone and you're like, oh, well, it's not that passionate, it's not that fiery. I honestly feel like it is there for everyone in this group. I just think that maybe, again, there needs to be some kind of unblocking or unlocking. Maybe it has to do with like one of the like the chakras. I don't know if it's relevant that maybe someone here has like a trauma that they really need to, like revisit and heal, because I do think that there are some walls up. And I'm actually, weirdly enough, I was starting to really fidget in my seat, like moving back and forth. So there was a discomfort. So this could be within the root chakra, the sacral chakra. I definitely think it's one of the lower chakras, which has to do with you know, feeling safe. And also the sacral chakra could be the seat of some sexual traumas and things like that. But so again, I will link below some pick a cards that have to do with that, and I have added some healing methods on if I talk about blockages in the readings. So what else do they need to know? Are they on the right path for love? And there are also other ways, you know, to bring about that spark. In fact, group number 1 was carnelian. Carnelian is one of the stones that helps with passion. And there's like other stuff too, like aromatherapies, like like there's all kinds of different things. Okay. What else? For group number 3, are they on the right path when it comes to love? Thank you. Yeah, so here we have the Hanged Man. I do feel a sense of peacefulness from this card, even though typically that's not what I would get from this card. It does kind of feel like this limbo. Things might be at a pause for some reason. If you guys are feeling a little bit of that limbo or kind of stuck energy, realistically, I just feel like that has to do with the timing of this year. So if you're watching this when I'm posting it, like this has been a very weird year. This has been like honestly one of the weirdest years ever, in terms of like the progression of energies and how things are building, and I don't even know what to think of it, but like I do think that it's temporary, and I think that when you come out of that feeling of like if it is slow, if it is feeling a little bit kind of like it's hovering and just hanging there, I do feel that eventually this will reorient and you'll be more enlightened, both of you. And again, regardless if you know them or not, like if you don't know your person yet, you will, and they know you, they know your energy, and it's just wow, it's ridiculously strong. Any other final messages for group number 3? Are they on the right path when it comes to love? Thank you. All right, so got here. We have the 6 of Swords, the Strength card, and the 5 of Cups. So this is just a little added, almost like a bonus message at the end. It's very different from what we were seeing here. Actually, what I'm seeing here is healing, or the need to heal, or the fact that you will be healing. You or whoever, if you are involved with somebody. This is really releasing some type of a sadness energy, some type of a heaviness in someone's aura, and it could be both of you. What's going to happen as a result afterwards is this newly fortified energy. Like the aura will be strengthened, like just enormously. And I think that what I'm finding here is that the both of you will have that new improved kind of presence. Light within you, could be joy, and this is really what's going to fuel a lot of the success of this connection, whether it's now or in the future. So again, it's gonna, like the joy, the prosperity, even financial security as well, the passion, the, you know, the healing, it's all here. And here I feel like this is a glimpse of that. It's such a sad energy though. I feel like this is grief, or some kind of really heavy emotional state, and which could in turn be physical for many, but it is going to be released. That's what I'm feeling from this. And the Strength card is there. I feel like a lot of courage is also needed. This was a very powerful ending message. It kind of got me. So that is what I'm seeing for you guys. This was such a really intense connection to tap into, so thank you for allowing me to tap into this. I feel like it's just so exclusive. So yeah, beautiful messages here. That's what I'm seeing for you guys. If you want, you can continue this topic and through the other pick a cards down below in the description. And if this was helpful, feel free to subscribe. So I do personal readings. I'm going to open up a fall sale in a couple of days. You can watch out for that in the community section of where I post the text, like announcement things. Okay, so thank you once again, sending you blessings, and I will see you next time. Okay, take care. Bye-bye. Hey guys, this is the reading for those of you that chose group number 4, which is Angelite. Okay, so let's see. Spirit, this reading is for group number 4, please. Angelite, are they on the right path for love? Thank you, thank you. So again, this is regardless of your actual three-dimensional situation. Let's get messages for everybody here. Spirit, for group number 4, angelite. What do we need to know? Please, are they on the right path when it comes to love? Little hesitation here with the shuffle. Spirit, for group number 4, it's almost like, I don't know, I got this distinct feeling that I felt like someone didn't want to know the answer. It was interesting. Okay. Almost like, it gave me this flashback of like a feeling of, I didn't do my homework in elementary school. That's why I was laughing. I was like, what is this? Spirit, for group number 4, are they on the right path when it comes to love? Thank you. All right, so we have here the Star card, the 4 of Pentacles. Oh wow, the 6 of Cups. I think this is the first I'm seeing this card in this entire video. Then we have the 10 of Wands, and then we have the Fool. What an interesting display here. There's a little bit of a mix here, group 4, and I kind of had a feeling that that would happen. All right, so let me piece all of this together. So with the Star card, I immediately felt, and especially being the first card, I immediately felt that you guys know what your soul wants. You know that there is this, just looking at this card, I mean, it's incredibly celestial, very spiritual. We can see the depth of this energy, and it's almost like there's no way to even explain it. It's a very profound energy with the Star card. So I think that that's speaking on the messages of your soul, and I would say the connection perhaps as well that you might feel to your person, whether you have met them yet or not. But with the 4 of Pentacles though, and with this card, the 10 of Wands, you can see for yourself that there is something heavy, that there is some kind of stuckness. And I'm feeling the feeling of the feet, actually. I was drawn to both of the feet in these 2 cards being glued to the floor. Like I cannot lift my foot from the floor feeling, and it was like literally glued in the vision that I had. So I do feel like there is this complete stuckness for many of you when it comes to this. Now, what I find the most interesting is in the 6 of Cups, that is your person. I feel like you know who your person is. If you haven't actually met them in the 3D, then I still think you know who they are based off of your own intuitions, perhaps your dreams. That was a big topic of this whole video as well. And then here with the Fool, I feel a very specific feeling of wanting to be free, you know, really just kind of, honestly, I feel like the Fool card, they gave me the word obsessed, and they even said like obsessed with being free, obsessed with freedom. I don't really even know what to make of that just yet, but you know, I feel like there's a lot of conflict here with self, maybe, whether this is you or whoever it is that you happen to be dealing with. I just feel like someone here is very conflicted and completely stuck, glued to the ground, and the ground could be representing a 3-dimensional perspective, maybe a situation, or again, like a perspective, meaning this is a belief, whether it's a false belief or, you know, whatever. And it's interesting that you chose angelite, because angelite is a very high frequency stone. So maybe there is a conflict here with the self and the higher self, with the self and spirit guides, or even a complete higher power, the universe. That Star card, like I said, it says a lot. This is giving me a very airy, spiritual, powerful kind of a soul connection. And I think that the 6 of Cups, like I said, I think it's very obvious that this is your person. Can you tell us a little bit more? Are they on the right path when it comes to love? So, I mean, I guess to answer that part of the question, I wouldn't say a flat no, but I think that you guys, like some of you or someone in the situation might be, for the time being, kind of ignoring, you know, like somebody is ignoring, I think, some truth of the soul, and for that reason they are feeling trapped. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm seeing here. I just don't know if it's you or someone else. Can you tell us more for group number 4? Are they on the right path when it comes to love? Thank you. So yeah, we have here the Two of Cups, okay, kind of the same thing there. And then we have the Six of Pentacles, which shows some kind of an imbalance. The the Two of Cups was even a little bit in the reverse there, which I noticed. It even physically looks like there's barriers. It kind of how these showed up as like a fan on each side. It looked like there's some barriers for you guys. I wonder what it could be. Okay. Are they on the right path? Please, group 4, Angelite, when it comes to love. Thank you. The Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is giving me the distinct feeling of communication. So I think that regardless of if you are speaking to your person, if you've met them already or not, I do think that communication is relevant for everybody here. I think that you get communication almost every day, which is crazy, but I think that it's true. Or many of you have received an actual sign or synchronicity today, like actually today. And yeah, this communication is clearly 5D. So regardless if it's 3D, if you have actually received some type of contact or message or whatever, the thing that kind of surpasses all of that is the 5D communication, meaning like it's almost like this person's energy, it feels like it's in the air. It feels like it's literally in the air, you know, or at least in those moments. Can you tell us more moving forward? Are they on the right path when it comes to love? Yeah, there's still hesitation here. I still feel like somebody in the situation is just not ready to hear some truth. It's, I mean, probably it's fear, because hesitation is a form of fear, I would say. I don't know the reason exactly, but maybe because it's just so powerful. Like, I feel like that's a fair, it's a fair reason. So yeah, I mean, look at that. The Ace of Cups. You can see the overwhelming amount of energy here, the depth of this love, the depth of the heart space. I did see the color pink. I perceived this water as being a very loving and bright pink. So, you know, before, I feel like this could definitely be triggering to someone in the connection where they're like, this is too much love, this is too much feeling, I can't deal with this, you know, and therefore maybe someone had to distance themselves because of that. Yeah, definitely feels a bit runner chaser here in a lot of ways with this. I do feel like somebody maybe has a tendency to run away, and that could even kind of ping pong off of each other. You could have reversed roles at some point. Anything else moving forward? Are they on the right path when it comes to love? So in order for the answer to be more of a yes, I feel like the advice is just to face something. Because again, I felt the overall energy here was that somebody was ignoring some type of feeling, some type of energy. So someone here does need to face something. Now, if that's not you and you have faced it, you think, then the only other advice is that you just have to kind of surrender and let this, you know, let the universe take over here. Okay, so we have here the Ace of Pentacles and then the Five of Cups. So it feels like a loss of something that could have been. I feel like someone here is currently thinking that. And might even continue to think that if this continues in this way. So I really feel like this is going to depend on your role in this situation. If you have already done what you need to do, some of you, if you felt you needed to take action or communicate or let go or whatever it was, then, you know, we can only do what we can do. But I do think that that's pretty much it. However, if you do think that there's something more that that has to be done in the situation, I do feel like you're being nudged to do that now. This does not guarantee necessarily that This particular situation with this person is going to go in a positive way. In fact, what they're saying is you might need to fulfill some action to satisfy and to comfort your own soul, and then the rest of it is going to be up to the universe. They've made that clear from the first card. This is a card I feel now of the universe, and there's a lot that's happening in the background that we in the 3D we're really not going to understand what they're doing, because it's that mysterious, and it's like the gears are turning behind the scenes. I got a picture of a clock. You know how we see just the face of the clock? We see it's like these neat numbers, this symmetry, but we don't actually see the inner workings and all of the complicated workings of what's going on behind that. That's what I think is happening now. So I think the final advice here, really try to release any of this sadness energy. It's like a grief and a longing energy. Try your best to release this. Try to focus on what you have in front of you that's beautiful and prosperous and loving, even if it's just within your own self, your own life, your connection to divine, that sort of a thing. Because again, I think that basically someone here does need to take some action at some point, but if you feel like you've done everything you can, just keep going. Just keep going and kind of focus on your own sense of freedom. But yeah, this is a complicated situation. Probably another thing that is relevant here is you might have had a soul contract with this person, and I'll link that below. I'm writing it down so I don't forget, to check out what your soul contract might have been with this person. Only watch that if you're called to it, because it might not resonate necessarily, but that's what I'm seeing here. Can we have any final messages, any final advice for group number 4? Thank you. Yeah. Oh my goodness, look at that. This is pretty much it, you know. We see the beautiful soul connection. We see the balance here of the two souls. And someone being stuck or trapped or heavy. At this point, you know, I feel like a veil had lifted and said it's both. That's usually how it goes. I don't think in this case, with the souls being so reflective of one another, you know, like this mirror situation, I don't think it makes sense for only one half to be stuck. I think it is both. So basically, the more that you can work towards your own sense of personal freedom and joy is the big message here. You have to put that on your, you know, your sticky notes on your wall, because they want you to focus on your sense of joy, and a lot of that has to do with freedom, but freedom is joy and joy is freedom. So if you want to do anything on your path for yourself and ironically your love situation, focus on joy. Huge message that just kind of hit me in the face right at the end. Okay, so focus on your joy, and that is going to release you from this energy. And again, it is going to affect your person, because whoever this is, they are connected to you at the soul level, and there is this cord I'm seeing between the both of you as well. And it's a win-win, because even if nothing, you know, like even if you don't really get too much like information about what's going on here, if nothing is moving for a certain amount of time, you're still going to have joy and be happy and attract that love that you want anyway. So again, win-win. So that is what I'm seeing for you guys. It was really an interesting reading. I hope that this resonated. You can let me know below, and if it did, if it was helpful, feel free to subscribe. So I have a fall sale coming up for my personal readings. I will post in like a couple days for the sale, and it's just the link is down below in the description in any case. Okay, so thank you, sending you blessings, and I will see you next time. Okay, take care, bye-bye.